Let me continue. Okay, which save file was it? This seems to be the latest one. Load. So I'm just going to try to drill through the second pass at Kirumi's ending and see if I get it right. That's all I can say. What's going on? Why? Can I skip this? No, I can't. Okay. It's impossible. This is impossible. I just can't skip anything on second passes. I quickly look at my watch. The first, Monday, 9:19 a.m. The first. The first. The first? The first! Huh? Yuka just looking at it and was like, why are you so confused about the date? What's the meaning of this? What happened? Why am I here? My mind is turning to extreme confusion. Sorry, Yuka. I rush past Yuka and head for the living room.
Yeah.
Hey. Okuhiko's already there. He's lounging on the sofa, smoking. Okay, well, that solves that mystery. Smoking a cigarette? Up until now, I'd never seen Okuhiko in the middle of smoking. But none of that matters right now. Well, that was anticlimactic. They set it up like this was this big linchpin mystery. And Okuhiko smokes. Okay. I briskly walk over to Okuhiko, suddenly grab him by the collar, and force him to get up to his feet. What are you doing, Ishihara? Shut up. Just shut your mouth and answer my question. What's today's date? Huh? I'm asking you what today's date is. Ishihara, are you joking? Answer the question. It's April 1st. That's impossible. Hey Okuhiko, I've got one other question for you. What happened to Kirumi? Kirumi, wait, isn't that the Japanese word for chestnut? Don't play dumb. I'm not playing dumb. Why don't you tell me what this Kirumi is then? My mind is still full of confusion. I can't take in the meaning of Okuhiko's words very well. Today is April 1st. If it's the morning of April 1st, then that means Okuhiko hasn't met Kirumi yet, right? Are you alright, Ishihara? I thrust Okuhiko away and rush out the front door, as swift as a tornado. I decide on my destination. Obviously, it's Luna Beach. First, I've got to confirm Kirumi's safety. Well, this is the biggest divergence so far. Today is April 1st. As we say one more time. There's no way I can believe that. Thinking about it realistically, it's completely impossible. Something you could do is you could purposely play this game like on April 1st to the 6th and actually like play each day as they went by. Anyway, in my brain, and you could have done it in 2019 also. I started too late to do that, but it was something you could have done. In my brain, I've got clear memories from the 1st to the 6th. Are those memories false? Was everything a dream? No, that's also probably not right. And just what is today? I don't know, but so I have to solve the time travel mystery all over again. If today really is the 1st, then that means Kirumi's still alive? Kirumi's alive? She might be alive. If such a miracle exists, then if such a miracle turns out to have really happened, then oh, I don't know what I'll do. I might be so happy that I'll cry. I pray that my watch and Okuhiko's words tell the truth. Please be alive, Kirumi. Unable to hold back my thriving emotions, I kick off the asphalt and break off into a run. I arrived in front of Luna Beach. My heart is pounding like crazy. They're gonna think I'm crazy. Calm down, calm down. Tell this to myself. Random guy walks in, is like, is Kirumi alive? Whew. I take 3 deep breaths. I place a hand on my chest and slowly open the door to Luna Beach. Welcome. It's Izumi-san. He's the same as always. Yes? Is Kirumi here? Huh? Pardon me, but who might you be? Izumi-san. She sounds so distant. That reserved manner, that formal tone. This isn't the normal Izumi-san. Complex emotions sprout within me. I'm trying, but I can't calm myself down. There's almost no doubt in my mind that today is April 1st, meaning that Kirumi is really alive. But, oh, welcome. Kirumi! When I notice her, I shout. Yes? I instinctively want to embrace her. I want to hug her tightly and never let go. I want to feel her soft hair in my hands. But that would be really weird, so don't do it. I want to feel those small, no, her nearly transparent skin. But, no, it's nothing. I clench my fist tightly and resist those impulses. Zumi-san's suspicious glare is piercing me. She is examining me from head to toe. Kirumi, is he an acquaintance of yours? Nope, never seen him before. Kurumi's words are the finishing blow. It feels like I've been struck hard in the gut. Of course, it's not like this is completely unexpected, but actually hearing those words is very painful. Should I tell them the truth? No, even if I did, that would be pointless. There's absolutely no way they'd believe me. It's better that they remain close acquaintances. It's better if we can spend the next 6 days together as friends. Because right now, to the Marino sisters, I'm just nothing more than a stranger. Why do you know about Kirumi? Izumi-san's gaze is still filled with suspicion. I just heard a rumor. I'm lying through my teeth, but I have no other options right now. A rumor? That there was a girl named Kirumi at the shop who was an expert at origami. That's what I heard. Origami? Izumi-san and Kirumi exchanged glances. Did you hear that from Jin-san? Jin-san is the fisherman, huh? Jin-san? Oh, is that man's name was? Jin-san? I'll go along with that. Huh? Kirumi, you gave Jin-san the fisherman one of those origamis you folded, remember? Oh, you mean that fisherman? Yep, Kirumi folded a tuna and a whale shake and gave it to him. Jin-san would definitely have spread a rumor about that around the island. That's just the kind of person he is. So that's it? Well, it's good publicity for this place, so I'm happy about it. Well then, please excuse me. Huh? Are you leaving? Yes, I just remembered that there's something I have to do. I see, that's unfortunate. Well, then the next time you're free, would you come here to eat? Yes, I'll definitely come back. Sometime in the near future. I decide not to return to the lodge yet. Before that, I need to sort out the confusion in my mind. What's there to be confused about? You time traveled. Time travel is not confusing at all. It's very straightforward. You just suddenly show up in a different time. I begin to think as I walk. Kirumi is alive. Finding that out was the happiest moment of my life. I'm so ecstatic that it feels as if every fiber of my being is dancing with joy. Every fiber of my being has become a very overused phrase. But at the same time, I can't get rid of this profound feeling of loneliness whirling in my heart. Nope, never seen him before. Kirumi's words were incredibly painful. Why did this happen? I don't know the reason. You have to do it all over. I don't know the reason, but there's just two things I've confirmed. I time traveled. On that day, on that rainy morning, I let through time back into the past. That's why I'm re-experiencing the morning of the first right now. And the other thing I've confirmed is, this is an infinite loop. This is definitely not the first time I've time traveled. The reason why I can say it is because of that hopeless dream I had on the morning of the last first. Okay, so for some reason you had to explain this to him in one ending, but not in this one. We're just getting that out of the way because we have a different story to tell. That scene is exactly the same scene from yesterday. I'll move on. And if that's the case, then before the last loop, I must have experienced those same 6 days before. And if I take that to its logical conclusion, then they happened again before that and before that. In other words, I've been living through those 6 days an infinite number of times. And if I think about it conversely, then after this same 6 days will repeat. And those same 6 days will repeat endlessly for all of eternity. No, that's wrong. There's one very clear difference from the me of today and the me of last loop's first. My memories. I clearly remember what happened in those last 6 days, don't I? Which means I can change it. In that case, then there's no way I'm going to let history repeat itself. That's right, with these hands, I can change history. Why did I time travel? The reason doesn't matter now. It's because the bell and just I forgot what the trope name is for that, and it's such a long name, there's no way I'm going to be able to cook it up. All that matters is that this is my chance. This is my last chance to co-sign that repulsive history into oblivion. I don't know if there will be another first or not. For argument's sake, even if there is, I might not have my memories just like the last loop. That's why this is my last chance. I won't make the same mistake again. I will definitely protect Kirumi. I won't let Kirumi's smile disappear. But even though I said I'll change history, what should I do first? Should I tell everyone I time traveled? No, even if I told them, I don't think anyone would believe me. In order to make them believe, I would have no choice but to tell them everything. Doing that would mean having to tell Kirumi about those tragic events that will happen soon. There's no way. On the morning of April 6th, Kirumi died. Then I can say something like that. I don't want to terrify Kirumi, plus what would Izumi-san think of me if I tell them? I'll try to keep this quiet from everyone. There's no way I can get the others involved in this. This is my problem, and mine alone. Well then, what's the quickest solution? Just go through random backgrounds as we think to ourselves. Hold on. In the first place, isn't this island a dangerous place? Just checking on something. Then what if I force Kirumi to come with me and take her away from the island? No, that won't work. If my memory serves me right, on the last first, Izumi-san said there's high waves so the boats can't leave. We're just getting this out of the way. Okay, great. Then what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Something suddenly flashes through my mind. I immediately break off into a run. I'll destroy the shrine itself. I'll run up to the shrine. I look up at its overbearing image from below. Suddenly the scene from yesterday surfaces to the forefront of my mind. Kirumi. I feel my anger being resurrected. Because of this god-forsaken shrine. Kirumi. Lowercase god. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, it's Japanese, so I'd expect it to be lowercase god. My blood is boiling. As my anger rises, I channel it into power and kick one of the pillars as hard as I can. I launch an assault run, ramming the pillar with my shoulders. I do this over and over again as I put all my body weight into smashing the pillar. Meaning it was a translation for some word, Japanese word. Anyway. But the building is undaunted. I've only succeeded in causing dust that's accumulated on the pillars to flutter down. This is silly. Even though this shrine has deteriorated so intensely, I suppose that my strength alone can't compare to an earthquake. Ha! I heavily sigh. I droop my shoulders as I leave the shrine grounds in defeat. You're so silly. Take a chainsaw to it! Wait, this is nothing to get so depressed over, is it? After all, I still have vivid memories from before. I know the future so well, I could take it in my hands. Changing history will be simple, right? There's nothing to be scared of. The most important matter is to take away the true scar that lies inside Kirumi. This time, I have to completely cure her emotional scars. Furthermore, is it really true that Kirumi and Izumi-san aren't related by blood? I need to determine whether that's true or not. If possible, it would be nice if I could prove that those two are true sisters. If I can get that proof, then I can fill up those emotional scars, ensuring that tragedy doesn't happen again. But be that as it may, there's way too many things that I don't know right now. Well then, what should I do? I don't even need to think about it. I need to properly hear Izumi-san's story from beginning to end. If I do that, then I feel that I can settle everything. What should I be doing right now is building up my relationship with Kirumi again right from square one. I'll recreate all of those many fun memories with her once again. Until my time limit is up, I'll devote everything I have into doing that. By the time I arrive at the lodge, I've completely calmed down. I open the front door and enter the living room. Okuhiko is lying on the floor and seems to be writhing in severe agony. I'm back. He must have ate Yuka's breakfast. I call out. Yuka turns from washing the dishes in the kitchen as she happily hums a song. Geez, where'd you go? We already ate breakfast, you know. I see, so that means Okuhiko became the victim of Yuka's cooking this time. I almost feel sorry for Okuhiko, who's writhing in pain on the floor. Oh, what about Haruka? Look around for her. Haruka is brushing her teeth in front of the sink right now. Judging from her condition, Haruka seems to have safely escaped this time as well. Suddenly, the doorbell rings. Since I'm standing in front of the door, I open it without thinking. Thank you very much for your continued patronage. Kirumi? Haruka glanced at my watch, 11:32 a.m. That's right, I completely forgot. At this rate, Kirumi delivered the pizza. At this time, Kirumi delivered the pizza. Oh, you're that guy from earlier. I turn my head around and glance at the others. Okuhiko is dying on the floor, Yuka is standing in the kitchen, and Haruka is brushing her teeth. Fortunately, none of them can hear my conversation with Kirumi. So you're staying at this lodge? Yeah, well, for the time being. Alright, anyway, here's the seafood pizza you ordered. What should I do? Should I say I never ordered anything like that like last time? Or should I try redirecting her to Saki's place? It's not my style to save scum. I'm going to just try. I really should just be nice and point out her mistake. I think that there's probably been a mistake. I say this. What? A disturbed expression clouds Kirumi's face as she searches through her pocket with her free hand until she pulls out a scrap of paper. But the receipt definitely says you ordered a seafood pizza, didn't you? I'm telling you that that's not what I meant. I think you were supposed to deliver this to that summer house from earlier. The summer house from earlier? Okay, so far so good. I just need to pick my next words carefully so that it seems like I don't know too much. Right, the summer house from earlier. You might not have seen it, but there's this summer house nearby that you should have passed earlier. I think that you were supposed to deliver this pizza there instead. Huh? Hey Kirumi-chan, what's the name written there? It says receiver's address. Kirumi looks at the receipt one more time. Asakura, it says Asakura. Right, so as you see, there isn't anyone here named Asakura. Hold it right there. Same thing happens. Okuhiko walked over without me noticing it and is currently standing next to me. Thank you for all your trouble. I'm Okuhiko Asakura. Okuhiko says this is a pained voice. So where's the pizza? Right. Slightly flustered, Kirumi pulls out a thin box out of the silver bag. Here's your order. Okuhiko takes the pizza as he staggers on unsteady feet, then proceeds to ask her, how much is it? 1,200 yen. Okuhiko takes some money out of his pocket and gives it to Kirumi. Thank you very much. Yeah, yen is kind of like measuring your height in microns. Who then gives a deep bow before energetically running off. And currencies tend to do that because governments print money and they decrease in value, right? So that's why in the United States we have this thing called the penny, which is like, again, measuring your height in microns. But it's there to remind us that the buying power of the dollar was once much greater and has decreased with time. Looking at Ohiko's face from the side as he sees her off, I notice just how ghastly pale it is. I can kind of understand where Ohiko's coming from. But as far as I understand it, Yuka likes her food, right? That's kind of impressive. Anyway, that makes it good, doesn't it? Anyway, anybody would want to clean their palate, so to speak, in order to get rid of the terrible taste left in their mouths from bad food, such as Yuka's cooking. That's probably what his ulterior motive was this time. After that, the four of us finish eating the pizza and head to for the tennis courts. Notice how he included Yuka in it. See, because he said four of us. And Haruka and I go to Princess Beach again. Oh? Do you have to go to Princess Beach with Haruka to trigger this ending? I guess you have to have some Yuka information. I mean, some Haruka information. That's interesting. I wonder if that's required or whether or not this text adapts to what you did. Like, if I were to make the other decision at the beginning, do the same steps, it would have changed this. Anyway. Once again, Haruka tells me that she has no heart. When I hear those words, I vow to take Haruka fishing again this time. Her problem has nothing to do with her heart. Whether she does or doesn't have a heart, Haruka still has a beaming smile on when we went fishing. There's no way I can take away that happy time from her. I've got to teach Haruka the fun of fishing one more time. It's clear that I now have to change history. I have to prevent that tragedy no matter what it takes. Still, it doesn't mean that I can just ignore all the girls except Kirumi. It may account to nothing, but I want everyone to be as happy as possible. For example, there's the incident where Saki got... Well, you already didn't play tennis with Yuka, so you already failed. For example, there's the incident where Saki got swallowed by a wave. Since I know about it, there's no way I can feign ignorance and watch it happen again. Same goes for Saki and Haruka's quarreling. I want to change that soon, too, if possible. Right now, I'm the only one who knows what will happen in the future. I'm the only one who can change the future. In other words, it's all up to me whether everyone becomes happy or miserable. No, it's not all up to you. You can work from the past, it's possible. To put it rather dramatically, I guess I could say that I'm the one who holds everyone's fate in my hands. For now on, these next 7 days will be happy ones. I will guide them to happiness. That might be the other important mission that has been bestowed upon me. Embracing this newfound sense of purpose cheers me up. I'm starting to feel more confident and brave. Okay, I just read a book. Before long, the sun turns red. The four of us met at the coastline road and now are walking alongside Moon Beach. I hear a loud sound from behind, causing me to turn around. On the sandy beach is Haruka, who's hit the ground. A cloud of dust soundlessly stirs up into the empty sky. Ha! I let out a sound that is a combination between a sigh and a laugh. This no longer surprises me. This is a natural event after all. I walk over to the confused Haruka's side, grab her hand, and then help her up. Are you alright? I say this on purpose. I myself may not have realized it, but maybe I've subconsciously decided to allow myself to have a little fun with this reality. As if nothing had happened, she gives me a curt nod in reply. For clear embarrassment that she's trying to hide, her blushing cheeks, this is kinda nostalgic. As if trying to cover up her trembling, Haruka quickly gets to her feet and moves past me. Almost there. In just a short bit, our true reunion, no, our meeting will occur. My heart is pounding. I feel extreme ecstasy over the thought of finally being able to tell her my own name. I quickly look up to see the red western skies are burning dark red. The sound of the waves breaking on shore are gentler than a lullaby. Oh, I think there'd be a cafe here. It's got pretty good taste. Could you be? Kirumi places her broom against the wall and runs up to us. You're the people who ordered the seafood pizza, right? Right, thanks for doing that. A crooked grin slowly emerges on Okuhiko's face. What's this? You two know her? She's the girl who delivered the pizza around noon. Okay. Thank you very much for your continued patronage. Hey, since we're just standing here talking, why don't we take a little rest here? Now let's think about it. Yuka hasn't proposed this. Then Yuka hadn't proposed this. Wait, if Yuka hadn't proposed this, Kirumi, Izumi-san, and Saki might never have met. Oh, they would have met Saki. When I think that, I find the flow of time truly amusing. You're right. No, you mean you find the plot really amusing. You're right, I'm a little tired from all that walking. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, do it. Makoto, what about you? I'm definitely okay with this. I would have gone in even if you had said not to. Oops. Yuka tilts her head curiously, but then... Haruka, are you okay with this? Seeks Haruka's approval. I'll pass, I'll head on back. And now we know why she says this. What are you saying, Haruka? You can't do that. You absolutely can't do that. I unintentionally lose my composure. When I regain my composure and think about it, I remember that Haruka ended up going into Luna Beach in the end anyway. I didn't need to get so flustered over it. Hey Makoto, why are you so anxious about going into this shop? Yuka unexpectedly questions me. I wouldn't say it's unexpected. That's because you promised, right? Huh? This morning I'll definitely come in the near future. That's what you promised, right? Yeah, right. Yeah, that's it, yeah. So you went to the shop this morning, Makoto? Well, yeah. I smell time travel plots. So won't you come with us as well, Haruka? Alright. After pondering it for a while, Haruka mutters her consent. Well then, time to give you four a tour of Luna Beach. Kirumi guides us through Luna Beach's entrance. Phew, that was close. No, it wasn't. If you would have done exactly, if you'd done nothing, it would have turned out the same way. Oni-chan, we have customers. What's this? It's rare for Kirumi to attract customers. Oh, you said Oni-chan, so does that mean you two are sisters? That's right, Oni-chan and Kirumi are true blood-related sisters. Now we know why she says that line specifically that way. Kirumi sticks out her chest and answers. True blood-related sisters. I suddenly become depressed. It feels like something is crushing my heart. Oh, now that I've gotten a closer look at you, I think that you're the one from this morning. I'm sorry, I never got your name. It's Ishihara. Ishihara-kun. No, it's Makoto! Huh? Then Makoto Ishihara? I silently nod. In the near future, still I didn't think you'd come back this quickly. And you brought such a large group, thank you very much. Oh, I'm sorry. Where are my manners? I'm Izumi Marino, a part-time worker for this shop. This is Kirumi. Oh, but you already know her, right, Makoto-kun? Right. When Izumi-san smiles, the other three introduce themselves to Kirumi. Kirumi sometimes helps me with the shop. Come on, Kirumi, go ahead and properly say hello. I'm Kirumi Marino. Right now, since Kirumi's on school break, she came here to have fun with Oni-chan. When the shop gets busy, Kirumi helps out with various things. Today we had a party of tourists come in for lunch. Without Kirumi, we really would have had a lot of trouble with them. Kirumi-chan, you're amazing. Yuka pats Kurumi's head and rustles through her hair. Yep, after all, Kurumi's all grown up. Kirumi-chan, what grade are you in right now? Oh, Kurumi's a third year. I see, a third year in middle school, huh? You'll be taking your high school entrance exam soon. That'll be tough. Are your eyes messed up, Okuhiko? Huh? Kurumi's in high school. She's a third year in height. Me and my big mouth. Is it because of the irritation I'm feeling from the sensation that's like my heart is being crushed? That's a good line. Oh, did that fisherman tell you that too? No, I stalk you. Jin-san really does have a loose tongue. I break out into a cold sweat. It'd be best if I just kept my mouth shut for now. In order to make sure I don't carelessly say anything unnecessary, I just silently watch over the others as they talk. Now what about all of you? From the looks of it, you're all college students, right? You're right, we should also introduce ourselves. Yuka clears her throat with a small cough before promptly doing so. She tells them that our college, about our college, about the seminar, about the lodge, and just after she tells them Haruka's name, well, then I am. Okuhiko loudly gives his name. It's almost time for Saki's entrance. The always invigorated youth, the gallant man with a tender heart, the warrior of justice sent by God himself, uppercase God this time. For the sake of protecting the earth, his name is Okuhiko Ida. Did you say Ida? But earlier you said it was Asakura. Oh no, My name is Asakura. Is the manager here? After that, things play out exactly the same way they did last time. Saki snarls and nags at Izumi-san. Yuka realizes that they went to the same middle school. Well then, I'll treat you to dinner tonight. It'll be a celebration for your reunion. We accept Izumi-san's invitation. We have paella, an Italian salad, as well as pumpkin soup. Making paella will be impossible. I muttered those words in my mind as I struggled to keep my mouth shut. By coming here, I might have finally acquired the secrets to success for getting through this strange world. Well, because I don't say anything, Izumi-san doesn't realize that she's out of rice until after she made the other preparations. Like last time, I invite Haruka to go out shopping with me. Is this required? Or does it just adapt? That's my question so many times over. The two of us ride the bike. During that time, Kurumi's words run through my head over and over again. That's right, Oni-chan and Kirumi are true blood-related sisters. Even after we finish Izumi-san's home-cooked dinner, I still can't calm down. Wrong. I've been completely open this whole time. This is normal for the shop. In other words, we're open but not getting any business. That's because almost everyone goes to Tsukiya. You can see it from here. It's that huge building. That's Tsukiya Hotel. It's the shop's main competition. It may look extravagant, but it's actually an economically priced hotel. On the top floor is a viewpoint restaurant, which is not only cheaper than here, but the view is simply amazing. Besides, they've got a heated pool there as well. I can only hear Kirumi's voice. Kirumi's cheerful laughter pierces my heart. I won't let her smile disappear. I won't hurt her ever again. As I look at Kirumi, these feelings only grow more and more. Even when we arrive at the pool, my gaze is still fixed on Kirumi. Geez, come on, try to catch Kirumi. Hold on, Kirumi, don't shout. On the opposite side of the pool, the two happy sisters are playing together. As I think, the gentle evening breeze brushes against my skin. It's filled with the scent of spring. Hey, if you don't cut it out, I'll get mad. Hehe, catch Kirumi if you can. Kirumi stands close to the pool's edge, egging Izumi-san on. I silently watch the two of them play. I don't say a word about the earthquake that will hit soon, or that Izumi-san will fall in the water. There, I've got you now. A giant sheet of water, Izumi-san's face emerging out of the water with a frightened look. Soon enough, the ground calms back down. The surface of the pool is once again still. Izumi-san has climbed out of the pool and is completely soaked from head to toe. The completely dry Kirumi and the utterly soaked Izumi-san. The sisters stare at each other's faces, and suddenly they begin to laugh. They laugh happily. Those two continue to laugh with no signs of stopping. No, wait, that's not true. They're about to be interrupted. Right in the next instant. Hey! And so we all scurry back to Luna Beach. The other six, with the exception of me, are all having fun, having hit it off almost unthinkably well after their first meeting. Only their first meeting. Unable to join in with the others, I just lower my face and stay out of it. But I can't stay like this. If I stay depressed like this, then what will the others think of me? To the other girls, this is the first time we've met. I don't really know him, but he's a pretty gloomy guy. That might be what they're thinking. Especially Kirumi. Ever since I went flying back in time, I've barely spoken to her. Why was it that Kirumi trusted me the last time? There's no way I want Kirumi's impression of me to be such a stony-faced guy. At this rate, history will head in a bad direction. Ha. Ha. Hoping that no one is looking, I take 3 deep breaths. Everything will go well. There's nothing to be afraid of. I cheer myself up and quickly lift my face. Well, isn't it about time we all went home? Huh? I unintentionally let out a cry of lament. Even though I just finally pulled myself together, it's already this late. After all, Izumi-san, aren't we taking up your time? But the shop will be closed tomorrow, don't worry about me, it's fine. You see? Oh, if that's the case, then I got an idea. Why don't we try going to the pool tomorrow? Yuka's words make me remember something, which takes me aback. On that beautiful starry night, Kirumi said this. The truth is, Kirumi really wanted to go with everyone. To the pool and the hot springs. If we decide to go to the pool here, then won't Kirumi get lonely as a result? At this moment, NVIDIA said that I had a new driver I could install. Because they're one day late and releasing the 3070 Ti driver. Everybody's like, what? There's nothing to do with the story at all. I glanced at Kirumi's face. As I thought, Kirumi's face looks a bit uneasy. Therefore, I think it would be best if we didn't go. I say this. Why? Won't it be cold? Jeez, Makoto, didn't you hear what Kirumi-chan said earlier? That pool's heated, remember? But Kirumi wants to go to the pool. Huh? Are my ears deceiving me? Me too. I'm in favor as well. Izumi-san? Well, if Kirumi says she's going, then yes. You see, everyone except Makoto is in favor of going. Incidentally, I plan on going diving tomorrow. However, Yuka doesn't even try to look at Okihiko. As I was saying, everyone except Makoto is in favor of going. She repeats this with emphasis. I get it. Like Izumi-san, as long as Kirumi says she's going, then I have no reason to oppose. But she said that last time! Glad to hear it, then it's decided. Yuka's in a very good mood. Incidentally, I plan on going diving tomorrow. Then we'll meet up here tomorrow. Once again, she ignores Okuhiko's comment. As for now, I guess we'll call it a day and go back. Right, well then, please be careful. Bye-bye. I say goodbye to Kirumi and Izumi-san and leave Luna Beach. Honestly, I would have liked to stay with Kirumi a little longer. We decide to walk down Moon Beach instead of the paved road. As I am the last one to leave the shop, I follow the others from behind. At the head are Yuka and Saki, who are talking about stories from their past. Okuhiko, true to his skirt-chasing nature, looks at Haruka's face again and again while attempting to strike up a conversation. Suddenly I stop walking. Now that I think about it, it was right about now that I found that bell washed up on the beach. I threw the bell back into the ocean, and somehow Kirumi picked it up on Princess Beach. Why on Princess Beach? That's not the current problem. The important part is the fact that in my dream, on the morning of the first in the last loop, that bell was there. And yesterday it was in Kurumi's palm as well. Perhaps if it weren't for that bell, that tragedy might not have occurred. No, it would have occurred, you just wouldn't have gone back in time. No, that's definitely true. Of course, it's not like that bell was the direct cause of that incident, but if I could annihilate that bell from this world, then I should be able to sever the infinite loop. And just kind of live on after you've lost some teeth and torn out your fingernails. No, like, he was able to write that because there was like a lame duck session for the character there, where he was just about to go back in time anyway, so Uchikoshi could have written him emasculating himself right then and it wouldn't have mattered. If that bell is gone, the chances of the circumstances being the same as that dream will become 0%. Well, yeah, but you've just made it worse, though. You made it different, but you've made it worse. In other words, it would be absolutely impossible for the same event as that dream to occur. Why didn't I realize such an important thing until now? Because I've been thinking too much today. My head's been going in circles. Well, that doesn't matter. Anyway, I gotta hurry and look for the bell. Be that as it may, it still doesn't change the fact that it's been 6 days. I've forgotten exactly where the bell was. I decided to check only the wet sand where the waves are washing up. As I begin to look, I totter and meander on the sand as I begin investigating. It's not here. Why isn't it here? I retrace my steps one more time, concentrating as hard as I can while looking more carefully at my feet. What are you doing? Someone suddenly calls out to me from behind. When I turn around in surprise, Kirumi? You're looking for something? No, just jellyfish. Oop. You were looking for jellyfish in a place like this? Perhaps one of them washed ashore, you know. I don't think that's how that works. Is there any sort of jellyfish even stupid enough to be this close? They're very rare. I heard long ago that there were some here, so I thought I'd look here. Ha 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 ha. I attempt to fake a laugh. Do you like jellyfish? You could say I'm quite the jellyfish maniac. Wow, then you're the same as Kirumi. I see. What an unexpected coincidence. Kirumi smiles, such a nostalgic smile. My heart beats faster. Come to think of it, what were you doing here? Well, you see, there's something that Kirumi forgot to tell Okuhiko-kun. Okuhiko? That tomorrow there will be high waves, so we can't go diving. Oh, I see, that was it. Then you do want to tell him. Then do you want me to tell him? Nope, Kirumi has already did that, so it's fine. When did she... Oh, I get it. Up until now, I've been looking down this whole time, so I didn't notice her. Well, then Kirumi will be going now. Sure, I'll see you tomorrow. Good night. Kirumi runs down the beach. Geez, Makoto, how long do you plan on making us wait? This is the anti-Yuka ending. Yuka's voice reaches me from the end of the beach. Sorry, don't wait up for me. I shout this back. Yuka draws a check sign on her forehead to show she understands. Everyone goes down the banks one by one and disappears. There's no way I can go back until I find that bell. I continue to search for that bell for 2 more hours. In the end, I never found that bell. Because Kirumi did instead. Because you didn't see her there. But strangely, I don't feel bad about it. On the other hand, I'm feeling quite happy. If I couldn't find the bell after all that, then that means the bell is gone. The bell is gone. In other words, it means that history has changed. The bell probably won't appear in this world ever again. You just don't get it, do you? And if that bell is gone, then that tragedy won't I fall asleep feeling at peace. Kirumi totally picked the bell up, dude. It's noon. Kirumi and I are alone in Luna Beach. That's right, in the end, Kirumi didn't go to the pool. I told Izumi-san I didn't really want to go to the pool anyway. In other words, I told her I'd stay behind to nurse Kirumi. Of course, I already know she's faking her headache. Izumi-san hesitated about accepting my proposal for a while, but, well, I'll leave Kirumi to you then. Shortly after she said that, everyone left to go to the pool. Hey, are you hungry? Kirumi's starving. I haven't had anything to eat all morning. Well then, shall Kirumi make something? I'd be happy if you did, but is your headache any better? I decide to feign ignorance. Yep, it's completely gone. Anyway, what do you want to eat? I immediately respond. Carbonara! Alright, leave it to Kirumi. With those words, Kirumi disappears into the kitchen. Kirumi's homemade carbonara tastes even more delicious than it did last time. I feel that her carbonara definitely outclasses Izumi-san's cooking from yesterday. After we finish eating, we talk about Shigezo Marino and the rodents. Several hours later, Kirumi seems very energetic again. No, she never had a headache in the first place. She was just feeling lonely from not being able to go to the pool, but I can't feel any of that from her now. Is Kirumi trying to act as cheerful as she can right now? Or maybe she's not lonely at all because I've been by her side the whole time. Her scar. I wonder what Kirumi is thinking about right now. It goes without saying that there's no way I can bring it up. Not until Kirumi wants to bring it up herself. Until that time comes, I'll just continue to wait patiently. Then, during that beautiful starry night on Luna Beach's rooftop, Kirumi will quietly begin to talk about it. Having completed phase 1 of my plan, I find that we still have plenty of time to spare. Just then, I am struck with a good idea. Hey, Kirumi. Huh? Do you believe in the power of premonitions? Okay, so he's gonna mess with her now. The power of premonitions. By the power of premonitions, are you talking about precognition? Precog what? What's that? Well, anyway, I'm talking about the special ability to perceive specific events in the future before they occur. Kirumi, do you believe that such a special ability exists? Kirumi thinks it would be cool if it did. But why are you asking? Hehehehe. The truth is, I have that power myself. Huh? I guess just saying that isn't enough for you to believe me, huh? Alright then, why don't I just prove it to you? Are you going to accurately guess something that's going to happen in the future? That's right. You're lying, that kind of thing's impossible for you. You're just gonna guess what Yuka's gonna come back drunk and say she wants Toro. Alright, everything's going exactly as planned. And how about we make a bet? A bet? Yeah, if my predictions are correct, there's something I want you to do for me. Kirumi tilts her head and I explain the details of the bet and the events that will happen in the near future. Here's my prediction. When Yuka returns to Luna Beach, she'll definitely be drunk. And then Yuka will point to a mug in your hand and make a dumb joke that ends with the phrase, Kuru milk. After that, Yuka will say, I want to eat fresh Toro. I tell her those 3 events. The bet itself is simple. If I'm right, then when Yuka talks about Toro, you must say, let's go fishing. And Kirumi, alright, got it, you're on. Cheerfully consents. If everything goes according to the plan, then none of us will go fishing today. Oh, you must not say, let's go fishing. I read it 180 degrees wrong, and that confused me a lot. And if we don't go fishing, that's right, the incident where Saki gets swallowed up by that wave won't happen. But will my plan succeed? 2 hours later, everyone comes back in quick succession. Yuka is drunk just as expected. Kurumi's jaw has dropped as she looks back and forth between Yuka and I. It seems she had quite a lot of beer to drink. Izumi-san explains the circumstances to Kirumi while looking a little disturbed. Kirumi-tan, how you feeling? Good, after Kirumi has a nap, she's got completely better. She's unable to hide just how shocked she is. Just as I say, Kirumi is holding a mug in her right hand with a thin film of hot milk in it. That's good, that's good. Ah, Yuka suddenly leans forward and points to the mug in Kurumi's hand. I just come up with something amazing. What do you get when you cross Kirumi with milk? It's a joke, it's a joke. What do you get when you cross Kirumi with milk? Kuru milk. No way. Well, didn't I tell you? I whispered this into Kurumi's ear. Was that funny? Was that not funny? Show wasn't funny? Eh. Nicholas had a big sigh and suddenly looks mopey. Here it comes. Toro. I want to eat Toro. I'll let the Japanese be there. Yuka-san, why? It's fine. I want Toro. I just want to eat some Toro. Kirumi looks towards me for help. I give her an encouraging nod, but you can't, Izumi-san, we absolutely cannot go fishing. Kirumi promised so. Kurumi's response is too direct. This will only end up causing the reverse effect. Huh? Fishing? Luckily, Yuka's so drunk that she ended up mishearing Kirumi. It seems that the crisis has been averted at the last moment. After that, it's all Yuka's stage. The intoxicated Yuka goes through some violent mood swings, from being calm to inconsolable to laughing loudly, and before I know it, it's got dark. At any rate, the incident where Saki almost drowned has been erased from our history. The next 7 days will be happy ones. It seems the plan's progressing favorably so far, except you're a weirdo, but other than that. After we finish the delicious dinner Izumi-san cooked for us, everyone goes to Moon Beach. Kirumi also tries to follow the others and go outside, but I decide to grab her by the arm and pull her back. Huh? What? Kirumi turns around questioning me. No, I just wanted to talk. Of course, I have nothing to talk about. I just absolutely can't let Kirumi go to Moon Beach. So Izumi-san will probably start telling the others the story of the Shiki no Mori Shrine. If possible, I want these 7 days to end without Kirumi learning about the shrine. What's Kurumi's connection to the shrine? I still don't know. Talk? How do I put this, sir? Oh, I got it. You're trying to talk about your prediction earlier, right? Well, didn't I tell you so? Kirumi already figured out the trick. What trick? You planned it with Yuka-san from the start, right? Jeez, it's useless to play dumb, you know. It has to be that. Kirumi can't think of any other way than that. I guess you got me? Kirumi knew it, that's what she thought. Then Kirumi will head to Moon. Hold it. Just as Kirumi tries to go outside to grab her arm again. Izumi-san's story has probably only just begun. Hey Kirumi, do you love scary stories? Yep, she loves them. Then I shall tell you a scary story. Sure, maybe next time. Kirumi says this and turns around. I hold her back by the arm yet again. I'm telling you to wait. Geez, what is it? I can't tell you next time. If I don't tell you this time, I'll forget it. Then Kirumi will listen just for a little bit. Alright, then I'll begin. Okay. I heard this from my friend. There's this mountain trail on a pass with this long tunnel. Kirumi's heard this one already. With that, Kirumi turns around. I reach out to hold her back, but I miss. Kirumi evades my grasp and rushes out the door. I run after her by the time I get there. Hey, what were you talking about? There's a shrine nearby. Izumi-san was in the middle of telling us a rumor about that shrine. Kirumi-chan, you've never heard of that shrine before? Nope, first time Kirumi's ever heard of it. Well then, isn't that exciting? It isn't exciting at all. Well then, Izumi-san, will you continue? Yes. Izumi-san? Where was I? You were up to the part where you initially thought it was nothing more than a myth. I see, yes, that's right. When I first heard that story, I was also doubtful, but then... But there's nothing more that can be done here anyway. Just because Kirumi's heard the story of the shrine now doesn't necessarily mean that history will repeat itself. This is only the trigger for that incident. No, it might not actually be the trigger in the first place. What really caused it was Kirumi overhearing my conversation with Izumi-san. If it hadn't happened, then that incident would never have happened. That means that if I can prevent that conversation, then I can avert that tragedy. I can't do anything about events that have already occurred after all. Anyway, I've got to think positively. I immediately pull myself together. No way, absolutely not. Izumi-san shout abruptly brings you back to reality. Oh, why not? Why not? Weren't you listening, Kirumi? That story I told you just now wasn't a joke. Do you understand that? Kirumi understands, but if we only look at it from a distance, then... See, you don't understand. You don't understand at all. But... No buts. No means no. Alright, do you understand? Oh, then good night, Izumi-san and Kirumi-chan. Good night. Please be careful on your way back, okay? Bye-bye. Once everyone finishes saying their goodbyes, the two sisters disappear into the shop. Or so I think. Oh, almost forgot. Kirumi comes out again, throwing open the door with all her might. This is strange. Didn't Kirumi come back out last time because she had forgotten to deliver Saki's message? But this time nothing happened to Saki. You know what, Kirumi? You remember there's something she had to tell you. From now on, Kirumi decided to call Okuhiko-kun Oken. Huh? And she decided to call Makoto-kun Oni-chan. Oni-chan? Oni-chan? Oni-chan. Is that alright, Oni-chan? Yeah, it's alright. I answer positively. Oni-chan. I miss being called that. Those words soothe my heart. That's good. Well then, good night everyone. Kirumi goes back into Luna Beach while waving her hand widely. So she came at her just to tell us that? I instinctively break out into a grin. When we return to the lodge, I take a bath, brush my teeth, change into my night clothes, and lie down on the bed. Ah. As I yawn, I hear a knock on the door. Yes, come in. Haruka, what's wrong? Koto, can you fish? Fish? Aw, now that I think about it, tomorrow is the day Haruka and I went fishing. Yeah, that's great. I'm great at fishing, I answer cheerfully. Then will you teach me tomorrow? Of course. Really? Really? Thank you. No, I haven't even taught you yet. Isn't it too early to be thanking me? Yes, but thank you. Well then, tomorrow? Yes. Haruka leaves the room. I look back at my previous thoughts. The next 7 days will be happy ones. I will guide them to happiness. That's my other important duty. I didn't even hesitate to accept Haruka's offer to go fishing. Okay, got on to the third day. Today, Wednesday, April 3rd, was a peaceful, uneventful day. When Haruka and I returned from fishing, Okuhiko was on the terrace, spouting his usual. But Saki was nearby, but she calmly and silently passed by as if nothing was happening. Naturally, the basket remained unscathed as well, but she didn't have motivation to make the basket, which makes things weird, but whatever. Since Saki didn't fall into the ocean, she doesn't have any feelings for Okuhiko, thus she didn't get angry. That also means that no one knows what Haruka is, that Haruka is a clone. I'm doubtful whether or not Saki even knew that. She just kind of spewed it. Anyway, their relationship is peaceful this time around, as if all their quarreling in the last history was all false. Since Saki didn't almost drown, this peaceful day was able to happen. Everything's going well so far, there's nothing to worry about. After that, Izumi-san made a meat potato stew for dinner, and it's decided that we go to the test of courage. This time Saki's coming too. I wonder if that meat potato stew adapts to your choice from the previous go-around. After the test of courage, the others go to that hot springs. Kirumi and I stay behind and watch Odu Gotten together, and then... Oni-chan. Do you want to go somewhere interesting? Naturally, I adamantly refuse that invitation and act to obstruct her. I grasp Kurumi's palm tightly while continuing to watch Odu Gotten to the end. I think I might have overwhelmed her, as Kirumi didn't bring it up after that. Before long, everyone returns to the hot springs, and Kirumi and Izumi-san go home to Luna Beach. And so, I am now lying down on my bed, staring at the dark ceiling. Tomorrow is no doubt the most important day yet. It's probably my only chance. My chance to solve all the mysteries. I'll go to Luna Beach and help Izumi-san, and then I'll ask her for the truth. About the shrine, about the kidnapping, about their link by blood. Up until now, there's been almost no opportunities to ask her, and I can't ask her directly seeing as I'm not supposed to know that story yet. All I can do is just wait for her to voluntarily tell it to me. And that time will come tomorrow. However, if I wait until we're at the pier tomorrow afternoon, it'll definitely be too late. I have to ask her as early as possible. Maybe when Kirumi's at Princess Beach, when we won't be interrupted. I want to know everything about Kirumi. That way, I won't make the same mistake again. That day went by really quick. Okay? Oni-chan. Hey, Oni-chan. Geez, if you don't wake up soon, you're going to be late. I slowly open my eyes. Kirumi? Huh? Where's my morning kiss? Well, I don't know what's up with this dialogue. What? Well, you see this kind of situation often in games, right? Oni-chan? Once I finish eating my ham, this is a little... just like... I know what to write here, so I just type something. Once I finish eating my ham and mozzarella cheese sandwich in the living room, I immediately set out to Luna Beach. Oni-chan, wait. Is that with like Danganronpa 2? When, what's her face? Man, the name's slipping my mind. Whatever. Oni-chan, wait. Kirumi chases after me as I walk down the forest road towards the ocean. Ah, finally caught up to you. Yes, I understand. Huh? Understand what? You plan to invite me to go catch crabs on Princess Beach, am I right? Wrong answer. Huh? Then what is it? The correct answer is Kirumi was thinking of inviting you to watch crab sumo on Princess Beach. Well, let's watch some crab sumo. About that, I actually have to go help Izumi-san all day. Huh? You're going to Oni-chan's place? Yeah. You can help Oni-chan whenever, right? Like tomorrow or the day after that. I can't. If I don't do it today, then Izumi-san will go extinct. What? Okay, I was just kidding there, but seriously, I've already decided that's what I'm doing. Okay, so I'll come watch the crab sumo with you tomorrow. Tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow. You'll definitely come tomorrow? Of course. It's fate that I will. Fate? Kirumi doesn't even really get what you're on about. But will you promise to come? Yeah. Got it. Well then, see you later, Oni-chan. Kirumi runs ahead towards Princess Beach. Hello there. I open the door to Luna Beach. Oh, Makoto-kun, welcome. There's no need to greet me as a customer today. Huh, why? Because I came to help you. For today, I will be your employee, an employee of Luna Beach. Of course, I'll do it for free. I'm just volunteering. That's a contradiction, but whatever. Really? Yeah. Alright, well then, I'll accept your offer. What would you like to help with? About that, you see, even I have my physical limits. Huh? For example, I can't wash plates, clean windows, mop or wax the floor, sweep outside the front of the shop, refill sugar or fresh cream, change dead light bulbs, or go shopping for the barbecue. So if those things come up, would you please excuse me from them? Response. How'd you know about the barbecue? Huh? Really? Huh? You can't? What? I guess it's impossible for you, Makoto-kun. If it were Jin-san, the fisherman, he'd have it all done in an hour. But I guess the silent is lacking enablement. I understand, I'm a man too, you know. I'll take care of it all. Oh, really? You're a lifesaver. Thank you, Makoto-kun. First, I took care of refilling the sugar and the fresh cream. I put off washing the dishes, it goes without saying, but it's because I thought about the earthquake that will occur later. Since I placed them in the sink, they probably won't break. Right now, I'm thinking, as I clean the windows outside, what's the trigger that will get Izumi-san talking about that? How should I try holding the conversation with her? Then right on cue, the earthquake. I already knew it was coming, so I'm not surprised. Or at least I shouldn't have been, but... I hear the sound of tableware breaking from inside the shop. What? Confused, I rush back inside. Izumi-san, what happened? By the time I say this, the timbers have already calmed down. Even though I took the trouble to wash them. Izumi-san is staring at fragments of broken tableware and glass at her feet. Huh? You're saying that you washed them? Yes, I felt bad about making you do everything, Makoto-kun, so... Izumi-san brings over a dustpan and broom. She holds the dustpan, I gather the pieces with the broom. In the end, all we've done is switch positions as the same thing happened. History repeated itself. History repeated itself. Such unpleasant words. While helping out, I keep gauging for when the right timing to start talking to Izumi. Okay. But for some reason, the customers today just keep on coming, so she doesn't even have a second to spare for conversation. Since there's nothing I can do about that, I just quietly focus on my chores. I finished 7 of my 8 assignments with 2.5 hours left to spare. It's an hour earlier than last time. It must be because I've done this work once already, so I already knew what to do this time around from the get-go. At exactly the same time I finished that job, the customers start coming. The time has finally come. Or the customers stop coming. I'm tired. As she says this, Suzumi-san slumps down on one of the chairs on the terrace. Makoto-kun, do you want to rest for a while too? If she's offering me that, then it means my work's already done. If I sit down in front of Izumi-san. It's been such a long time since we've had such a constant flow of customers come in and out. If I'm this tired, then I don't think I'd ever get adjusted to such a hectic business like this. Makoto-kun, would you like some tea? Sure. My reply is clumsy since I'm nervous. Izumi-san gets up, boils some black tea at the counter, and returns. Here you go. Thank you. Izumi-san places the teacup in front of me. Well then, where should I begin? I try to remember how the conversation originated in the last loop. In the first place, how did that conversation begin? Makoto-kun? Yes? She speaks up so suddenly that my voice came out slightly hysterical. Have you finished the first stage of your work? You say first stage, but all that's left to do is go shopping for the barbecue. What, you've already finished everything else? Well, yeah. I see, then I wonder what I should do. Huh? If that's all that's left, then I wonder if it's okay if I sent you alone to go and bring everything back. Huh? I'm talking about the shopping. Sure, then once I'm done drinking my tea... Wait, what am I saying? I need to ask her about the story first, don't I? Oh, then you'll go and bring it back? Well, actually, Thank you, you're a real lifesaver. No, Then I'll go and write up a shopping list for you, so could you wait a bit? Izumi-san gets up, takes a sheet of notepad paper and a ballpoint pen, and returns. To make sure, they specify that it's not a felt pen. Because we can't have it bleed through. Thanks for waiting. First is beef, then green peppers and onions, and we're out of oil too. Oh right, I completely forgot. Wouldn't want to make Yuka-chan angry. So that's 4 cases of beer too. Izumi-san scribbles on the notepad paper while muttering to herself. After that, you got to buy some orange juice. Orange juice. Orange juice. Orange juice? That's it, that's how it began. Which means that now that she's brought it up, I can turn this conversation in the direction I want it to go. Haruka-chan also can't drink alcohol, right? Right. As I thought. Actually, I'm not sure. Maybe Haruka actually does drink. What, is that right? Well, either way, Kirumi can't drink, so even if you buy it, at least the juice won't go to waste. After all, high schoolers can't drink alcohol even if they want to. I mean, you can physically swallow it. You get drunk, but, I mean... I think she'll definitely want to drink. Huh? This is certainly... Kirumi's filled with more curiosity than most people, isn't she? It seems that she's really fascinated by things that are foreign and novel to her. Yeah, it's as I thought, this is it. Now that you mentioned it, Kirumi was the one who suggested the test of courage yesterday. It's really quite troublesome. She really loves those kind of occult-like things. Hey, Izumi-san, can I ask you a question? What? It's about that shrine. Izumi-san's expression darkens. It's the same as last time. 2 nights ago, Kirumi suggested going on a mystery tour. You got really mad back then, didn't you? Why did you get so angry? Izumi-san, I know the truth about the god of demons. Okay. I'm telling the truth this time. Maybe adjust the dialogue, because last time you said you were planning to go to the shrine? Huh, you know? Yes. No way, you know that I made up that story? Yeah, I did. Is that so? But why does it have to be a lie? I understand, then I'll tell you and you alone. Up until now, this conversation has been the same as the one that day. This is it. I will finally learn the truth about Kirumi. While getting ready to listen to Izumi-san's story, I will look out of the shop's door and survey the beach. If Kirumi hears this, it'll mean trouble. If she hears this, then it's all over. I pay close attention to both Izumi-san and the door. As I wait in that nervous state, Izumi-san finally begins to speak, slowly and quietly. Yes, as you know, Makoto-kun, that story was a lie. But that doesn't mean it's all false. A lot of people really did go missing at that shrine. That at least is an undeniable fact. But I thought that alone was insufficient. You didn't want us to get near that shrine, right? That's why you thought you'd make up that story in order to scare us a little. You thought that if we didn't get near the shrine, the Kirumi wouldn't go there, right? Yes, but how did you figure that out? It was just intuition, that's all. But I still haven't heard the most important part yet. Why don't you want Kirumi to get near the shrine? I don't get it. Kirumi-san strokes her hair and gives a deep sigh. A strained sigh. I quietly wait until she begins to talk again. The truth is, Kirumi might not be my real sister. Although it's something I already know, it feels like my heart is bursting open. It might be because I already knew that. Listen carefully. In the past, Kirumi went missing. To put it more accurately, she was kidnapped. I unconsciously clenched my hands into fists. It was when Kirumi had only just turned 1 month old, 21 years ago. What? What are you saying, Izumi-san? Right now, Kirumi is 17 years old, and you say she was kidnapped 21 years ago. There's no way that's possible, is there? Right, certainly that's impossible. That's why I have no confidence in this story. Even though I'm talking about this now, when Kirumi was kidnapped, I was only a year old. It's obvious, but I don't remember any of this at all. My parents told me the story when I was in middle school. Of course, I'm not just going by my parents' words alone. I went to the library, thoroughly investigated the newspapers published at that time, and found that it was mentioned in one of them. That's how I know it's the truth. But on the other hand, I don't know if any of it was covered up or not. A bounty for the kidnapper was quickly placed. The police tirelessly searched for Kirumi and the media extensively reported on it, but in the end they couldn't find her. Now, to put it accurately, they couldn't find her for the next 3 years. In short, 3 years ago, the kidnapped Kirumi was found alive and was taken into care by my family. However, at the same time, there was this one perplexing fact that didn't quite make sense. She was still a baby. A perplexing fact? Yes, Kirumi looked exactly the same as she did during the time she was kidnapped. She hadn't aged in the slightest. Though the kidnapping had been 3 years prior, she was still an infant. That's impossible. Right, everyone thought the same thing you did. The police also thought it was suspicious, so they even had a DNA test taken. When the results came in, it declared that the possibility of the baby being Kirumi was 99.99999%. However, Makoto-kun, did you know this? Me and Kirumi's father are genetic engineering. Me and Kirumi's father is a genetic engineering expert, which means he clones, right? And he had already made a clone. Yes, I heard about it from Kirumi. Your father, Dr. Marino, was also the world-famous authority on the subject. And just then it hits me. Don't tell me, are you saying that Dr. Marino's falsified the results of the DNA test? I can't say for certain that the possibility doesn't exist. But there's no way that Dr. Marino performed that test himself, right? because his interests would have easily influenced him. The legal DNA test would have been conducted by some other neutral researcher. Yes, you're certainly right. But my father has a lot of influence, so it would have been easy for him to put some kind of pressure on the researcher who conducted the legal DNA test. If it meant getting my beloved daughter back, I would use whatever means necessary. That's the kind of person my father is. But it wasn't his. But what would make him think that she truly was his daughter? Even if it was a completely different baby, he would pretend that it was his real daughter. That's how he handled it. Either way, this isn't something I can declare with complete confidence. Even though he made a clone already. Were those test results the truth? Why would he I want a clone, and then I also want a fake? But we know they're both B negative, so that's something. Were those test results the truth, or were they the result of my father's secret influence? With this, I now understand this is the reason why Izumi-san thinks Kirumi might not be her real sister. Still, the real problem isn't Dr. Marino's involvement, but rather the fact that Kirumi didn't age at all in 3 years. For argument's sake, let's say that Kirumi had aged 3 years when she was found, then Izumi-san and everyone else wouldn't have had any doubts to begin with. A 3-year blank. If I can clear up that mystery, then naturally I'll be able to figure out the truth. With the handicap that we don't know about the B-, the B- thing. Makoto-kun. But don't misunderstand me, okay? Despite everything I've said, I have never lessened my love for Kirumi one bit. Even if we're not blood related, Kirumi is my real little sister. I know, Izumi-san. The one I'm worried about has always been Kirumi herself. If Kirumi were never to learn this, if she started pressing me with questions in the future, then I wouldn't know what I should say. The place that Kirumi was discovered in 18 years ago was at Shikinomori Shrine. That's the reason why I don't want Kirumi approaching that shrine, because I'm scared that at any moment the truth might slip out. The shrine, the kidnapping, the fact that Kirumi might not be Izumi-san's real sister. With this, all the dots have been connected. Actually, her discovering the place she was when she was a baby, I don't know if that would make her remember that she had, came from somewhere else besides Izumi's home, but whatever. Izumi-san. At the end, I casually think to ask her one last simple question. About Kurumi's kidnapper, was he caught in the end? No, he wasn't. I know this before I even pressed the spacebar. Huh? Yes, but rather than caught, found might be a better word for it. The kidnapper died, you see. How did he die? He was pinned under a collapsed building. A collapsed building? I don't know if it was some kind of fate, but he was also found at the Shikinomori Shrine 7 days after Kirumi was kidnapped. What? 21 years ago, there were a lot of earthquakes on this island. Those tremors destroyed the shrine. After the bounty was placed on the kidnapper, he probably had nowhere to run, so he hid in that shrine. And it was Kirumi also? Izumi-san slowly shakes her head. It seems like they searched every nook and cranny of that collapsed building, but they couldn't find her. Kirumi wasn't there. Yep. Yes. Before long, the collapsed shrine was rebuilt. Then why is it so old then? What? Then 3 years after the shrine was destroyed, a tourist who was passing by the area by pure chance heard a baby crying inside the shrine. And that's when Kirumi was found. Huh? Wait. The shrine, the earthquake, the destruction of the shrine. Not aging for 3 years. Could it have been time travel? Yeah, we've known this for a long time. In my case, I was sent to the past, but Kirumi was sent 3 years into the future. It's not impossible. Now, if you thought about it normally, then it would have been ridiculous to even imagine such an absurd event. But I'm really experiencing this strange world. I'm living proof that the phenomenon known as time travel exists. Furthermore, if my hypothesis is correct, then I can also explain Kurumi's scar. the building did fall on her. In other words, it's like this. Just before the shrine was destroyed, Kirumi was in there with the kidnapper. But via some kind of unknown source, immediately after the shrine was destroyed, only Kirumi time traveled 3 years into the future. She had the bell somehow. Immediately after it was destroyed, therefore she got injured on her back due to debris that fell during the destruction of the shrine. If this is right, then this means that I can explain everything. I should ask Izumi-san. Izumi-san, yes? I want you to tell me one thing. When Kirumi was found in the shrine, was there a large wound on her back? What? How'd you know that? As I thought. That's right, it seems she was really bleeding badly. That's why right after she was found, she was immediately taken to the clinic. How'd you know that? Izumi-san, with this I now understand. Huh? Kirumi is your real sister. You two are true blood related sisters. I can say with confidence that I'm right. What do you mean? Well then, I'm going shopping now. Huh? Wait a minute, Makoto-kun! I managed to escape, but would it have been the best if I had properly explained it to Izumi-san? No, there's no way she'd believe in the time traveling. Besides, no matter what, I'd be unwilling to tell her that such a thing happened to Kirumi. I head down the road toward the shopping district. My mind is calm. It's probably because the uneasiness that's been consuming my heart has been completely erased. That's because I've confirmed that Kirumi and Izumi-san are true sisters. My legs are moving faster than ever before, and as if they are previously held down by some kind of weight. After that, we go to the barbecue and spend several hours just drinking and creating a large uproar. Unfortunately, Yuka got drunk again, but Saki and Haruka's fight never occurred this time. Thinking about it, it's only natural. In this history, Saki and Haruka are getting along just fine. Of course, Kirumi's disappearance and the uproar that surrounded it won't happen this time either. But maybe she'll go missing later. No, that definitely won't happen. That's because right now Kirumi is sleeping soundly before my eyes. After that barbecue, we all gathered in the lodge and had a 7-bridge tournament. It only ended about 30 minutes ago, and when I came to my senses, Kirumi had taken possession of my bed without me noticing it. It's almost the time when I met Kirumi on the roof of Luna Beach last time and she talked about her scar. But I'll just let her sleep like that. I don't want to hear that infuriating story about that senpai of hers. It'll be fine. I still remember everything she told me that night. Well then, guess it's about time I went to sleep as well. Yeah, of course it would be interesting if that senpai was the same as that boy, right? Because like, you look at him from one side and you see his butt, and you look at him in the other side you see his face. But I think Uchikoshi probably is going to intentionally leave that up in the air, because there's a tendency to do that kind of thing. Though I say that, I'm actually sleeping on the floor tonight. Tomorrow will be an ultra good day, right, Kirumi? Ready to go! Before long, the two cats begin to sumo on the flat rock being used as the arena. Kirumi is serving as the referee and I am the audience. Go, go! Kirumi holds her breath in anticipation. Go! The small crab pushes off the large crab with its small claws. Ring out, sumo crab wins. Kirumi pets both the winning and the losing crabs equally. After that, she lets the losing crab go while waving sorrowfully at it. It's quite a pleasant scene. The something that was starting to sprout within me that day has grown in the blink of an eye and has now burst open, having almost completely ripened. I want to watch Kirumi as she is right now forever. Because Kirumi's smile is like an angel's. Yes, this is the second time I've been able to see that angelic smile. So does that mean my wish is to reach heaven? That way I could fulfill my desire to always watch over Kirumi for all of eternity. Now I'm so hungry. I say this on purpose. My target is, of course, that. Kirumi thought this would happen. It's a Kuru miracle. Kirumi opens the basket she's been holding. Yep. Whoa, caviar. Huh, caviar? Yeah, caviar. I had a feeling you put some in. Put caviar in the rice balls? Huh, was I wrong? Either way, there wasn't any caviar with the rice ball making tools, you know. Which means, what is this? I tried taking a bite. 4 munches. 4 more munches. Huh? What's this texture? Lying on my tongue is some kind of creamy substance. It has a rich aroma that is spreading all over my mouth. I've never tasted it before, but it's so good that I feel like I've died and gone to heaven. Kirumi, what's in these? Foie gras. Foie gras, so that's why it's so good. Foie gras, you mean one of the 3 greatest delicacies in the world? That's right. Is this the real deal? Of course. It was in the fridge at the shop, so Kirumi borrowed some. Izumi-san doesn't know, does she? It's alright. It's alright, Oni-chan isn't the kind of person who will notice it. Well, you're in for quite the surprise later. Hey Oni-chan. When we're done eating, you want to do something fun? Sure. When we walked down the road surrounded by the cherry blossom trees, Kirumi suddenly asked me something. Hey, do you want Kirumi to show you something interesting? Huh? This is strange. Wasn't she supposed to talk about her dream here? Well, do you want Kirumi to show you? Yeah? Then you can if you beat Kirumi in rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors? Let's go, rock, paper, scissors. Go. In that instant, I remembered that I lost by using paper last time, so I instantly go with rock. Yay, Kirumi run. She's right, Kirumi has paper. Like Kirumi said, you don't get to see it, Oni-chan. No, it can't be. Nevertheless, it seems that history has subtly changed. What with the lack of caviar and Kirumi not telling me about her dream, I wonder why. Or rather, I wonder if it's stranger that those are the only things that have changed today so far. Up until now, things have been completely different than they were the first time. For example, Kirumi still hasn't gone to the shrine once this time. She also never told me about her scar. This is also the first time we've been to Viewpoint Park. Well, whatever. If everything was just exactly the same, it'd be boring. That's meta. It's precisely because unexpected things occur that everyday life is made interesting. Come on, let's hurry up and do that something fun. Kirumi grabs my hand and then steadily guides me towards Viewpoint Park. This is the origami. Just like the last fifth, my heart is as clear as a blue sky on a sunny day. Kirumi and I arrive at Viewpoint Park, and I sit down on the tiles with a thump. When we do, Kirumi reaches into the bottom of the empty basket and slowly takes something out. Okay. That's origami, isn't it? Bingo. By the way, Oni-chan, can you fold origami? Yeah, leave it to me. I'm the master at folding origami turtles. What? No way! She stares at me with doubt. Even veterans fail with turtles sometimes, you know. I know. They say it takes about 3 years to perfect a peach and chestnut tree, and about 8 years to perfect a turtle, right? How'd you know something only origami maniacs know? I heard it once in the past from this girl who was an origami maniac. But just knowing isn't enough to fold origami. It's a world where experience and good sense mean everything. Those eyes of hers are dubious again. I really can fold it. I remember perfectly how to. Kirumi, you were the one who taught me after all. Okay, then try folding one. Kirumi hands me a sheet of origami paper. Alright, watch carefully. Yeah, well then, let's see what you've got. I begin to fold the turtle using the technique that Kirumi has taught me. Fold, 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 fold. And this is the part where I turn it inside out and only fold the left side like a valley. Impressive, even though that's the most difficult part. Her praise makes me a little proud. Fold, 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 bin, bin. Rip. Ah. Why is it completely torn off? You can't do it after all. No, this is... You're helpless, Kirumi will teach you. Sure. Alright, it's done. Let's see it. Okay. Well, I did a good job, didn't I? Maybe 63 out of 100. The shape of the shell is slightly crooked. Professor Kirumi is as strict as always. But I'm a little happy. It's because last time she gave me a 62, but this time, she gave me a 63. I didn't even remember. That's a whole point higher. This is proof that I'm slowly improving. If I fold 37 more, I'll definitely ace it. Suddenly, I come to my senses and realize I folded an origami bird. What about Kurumi's origami? Thinking about that, I look towards her. Whoa, she made different ones from last time. Isn't it amazing? Kirumi says this proudly. As she says this, I carefully pick up one of them in between my fingers. What's this? A horseshoe crab. And what's this? The Yamato no Orochi, the 8th forked serpent. And this is Mori Motonari. This is a gold flower, and this is the Okinawa summit. But when I look more closely, I realize that they're almost the same things as last time. Though the Okinawa summit is exactly the same. Ah, but Kirumi, there's one more left, isn't there? I'm a little fidgety. To be more accurate, I'm a little embarrassed. Oh, this? That wrinkled origami? What is it? This is Oni-chan. This is Oni-chan when he's smiling. I'll look way more... okay. Don't you think this is Kurumi's favorite? That's why Kirumi will give you this as a commemoration. Kirumi places me on my palm. It's a modest present from Kirumi. This wrinkled, smiling face. An origami that Kirumi folded herself. But does it really resemble me? Although I think this... Thank you. I'll mutter these words and carefully place me in my pocket. A warm smile rises on Kurumi's face as she looks at me. After that, Kirumi and I continue to fold origami for an hour. Before I know it, I realize that Kurumi's childlike innocence is rubbing off on me. We use up all the origami, the black papers, the silver papers, and the gold papers. Oh, and there's one sheet left of white origami paper left that I forgot about. So I got so lost in myself after making that origami bird that I completely forgot about it. Kirumi places all of the completed origami works in the empty basket like a mountain. Are they going to make it number 18? She closes the lid and with a snap lowers the snap fastener. Well then, shall we go back? Kirumi seems happy. However, I'm a little disappointed. Kirumi Unit 17. I wanted to see it disappear as it flew towards the sea once more. When I close my eyes, the image of the white paper airplane clearly rises to my mind. I remember it as it glided across the windless sea in a straight line, flying far, far away. Well, I guess you're gonna have to make it yourself, Makoto. By remembering that scene, I am finally able to give up on seeing it again. Kirumi and I spontaneously hold hands and leave Viewpoint Park. Wasn't today fun? It was the ultra good day, wasn't it? It was an ultra good day, wasn't it? You're right. Oni-chan, did you have fun too? Of course. It was a lot of fun. I answer by smiling the same way I did last time. Yay. It's cold right now. However, I only feel warmth through my hand. It's Kurumi's warmth. Okay, whatever. Hey, Oni-chan. Kirumi wants to show you something, okay? What? If it's you, Oni-chan, then she can show you. Kirumi says this and suddenly brings me into a thicket on the side of the road. It can't be. This is really unexpected. No, was it really? Last night, Kirumi didn't tell me about her scar. Because she didn't tell me, I thought for sure that this event would never happen. I can't say a word. My throat is parched. I'm unable to brace myself for what's about to happen. Kirumi remains silent, her mouth shut. She turns around, her back facing me. Kirumi raises all the clothes off her upper back, of her body up to her neck. It's Kurumi's small back. For the second time, I see that deeply engraved scar. Kirumi. But I don't take even a single step back. I stand my ground and look at that scar. It may be ugly and pitiful, but it's also a part of Kirumi. The pointy zigzag lines of scars. The rough protruding bulges. That reddish-violet discoloration. This time I am definitely going to take that sadness from her. It looks like Kirumi is about to pull down her shirt. Before she can, I embrace her. I embrace Kurumi's back tightly. I've wanted to do this for all this time. Because I'm behind her, I can't see Kurumi's expression. That's also really weird, though. You could wait till she puts her shirt back down. Gee whiz. But her thin shoulders are shaking over and over again. That alone is enough for me to understand Kurumi's feelings. Did you know? The truth is, Kirumi really wanted to go with every... I know. You don't even have to say it, I know. Kirumi. And for a while longer, we stand in the breaths of the forest as I do my thing. Kirumi's back is burning hot. That rough sensation on her back no longer seems sad. Kirumi's scar has become my own. My chest melts into that small back and they become one. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay, it's dialogue again. So you promised to go to the amusement park, right? Same dialogue again. That was a repeat. Okay, this is another repeat. Yeah, do you know what happened to the duck's liver in the fridge? What? Duck's liver. My sense of taste is indeed quite bizarre if I like things like that. So it wasn't the foie gras, it was duck's liver. It's past 10. Kirumi's got tired of talking as she headed up to Luna Beach's second floor while rubbing her sleepy eyes. Like last time, Izumi-san and I find ourselves all alone. I plan on going back to the lodge soon. If I stay here, well, I don't think it's as likely, but I think the same thing as the last time I was in this situation might happen again. I repeatedly tell myself that I need to say goodbye to her and leave, but I keep feeling like the timing isn't exactly right. Instead, we continue to chatter on about trivial things. It's as if even Izumi-san herself is trying to wait for some kind of timing as well. Exactly 2 hours have passed since Kirumi went up to go to sleep. The date display on my watch has already changed to the 6th. Well then, it's about time I get going. I try to stand up. Koto-kun. Izumi-san frantically restrains me. What is it? Koto-kun, I'm wondering if you could tell me the rest of that story. My heart beats loudly. I have a bad feeling about this. A very bad feeling. Izumi-san, I really need to get back. Koto-kun, did you know about Kurumi's scar? We can talk about that tomorrow. Kirumi is my real sister. Why did you declare that back then? Izumi-san. I immediately glance towards the shop stairway. It's alright, Kirumi still hasn't come down yet. I lower my voice. What would you do if Kirumi heard? And scold her. Alarmed, Izumi-san also looks towards the staircase. It's alright, once she sleeps, she definitely won't wake up. That's not true. Last time, I'm getting very irritated. Just tell her everything. I'm doing everything in my power to resist that impulse. Hey, how could you say that without any doubts? Tell me, Makoto-kun, I want to know the truth too. Should I save Scum? No. I understand, I'll tell you everything. I've resolved myself, but there's no way we can talk about it in here. Will you come with me? Izumi-san silently nods. Izumi-san, I walk to the center of Moon Beach. If we go this far, then there's probably no way Kirumi could hear us talking. The beach is empty, being completely devoid of people except for us. I slowly begin to talk as the cold night wind blows by. After hearing your story, this is how I would sum it up. Kirumi was born 21 years ago, and 1 month later someone kidnapped her. Yes. 7 days after the crime was committed, the kidnapper died, when Wishihinomori Shrine was destroyed. And 3 years later, Kirumi was discovered in the rebuilt shrine. But for some reason, her body was the same as when she had been kidnapped. She hadn't aged at all. That's why you have doubts that the baby was the real Kirumi, am I right? Yes, that's right. But you know what, Izumi-san? That baby was definitely Kirumi. The scar on Kurumi's back, that's the biggest proof of all. Huh, the scar? That scar is the proof? I firmly nod and reply as I continue. When that shrine was destroyed, Kirumi was definitely also in there with the kidnapper. Kirumi received that scar from the incident. In other words, Kirumi time traveled 3 years into the future. What? Koto-kun, you're mocking me? Izumi-san. Was that nothing more than a joke? I'm not joking. I'm being completely serious here. You won't believe me? But I'm telling the truth about the time travel. I understand already, Koto-kun. Thank you. You were trying to give me a peace of mind, weren't you? You're wrong, Izumi-san. That's enough, I really understand. So, Izumi-san's shoulders drop. She passes by me while keeping her head down. So she didn't believe me after all. But it's something that can't be helped. Who would believe such a strange, ridiculous story anyway? Even I myself would have thought it would be complete nonsense if I hadn't personally experienced time travel myself. I'm beyond irritated, but I've already given up on everything. There's no one who will believe my story. Except Kirumi. Izumi-san is waiting for me by the front door to Luna Beach. Good night. Just say that word to Izumi-san and try to take my leave. Koto-kun? I turned around to face her. Koto-kun, don't worry, I'll be fine. Suddenly I see something moving from over Izumi-san's shoulder. It's as I said yesterday. The shop's door on the other side of that glass door. I think of Kirumi as my real sister. A person. Even if I have different parents. If we have different parents. I, Izumi-san. That has nothing to do with it. Izumi-san! It has nothing to do with being related by blood. That's because we're not blood-related sisters that... Sudden noise. The sound causes Izumi-san to jump back as she turns around. No way. I brush past Izumi-san and quickly open the door. Kirumi? My heart stops. Is it true? Is it really true? Kirumi isn't Oni-chan's sister? You're wrong. You and Izumi-san are... You liar. Everyone is deceiving Kirumi. Kirumi, please listen to... You liar! Kirumi turns around and rushes right into Luna Beach. Kirumi! I run as fast as I can after her. Kirumi runs right through the shop while mowing down the chairs and tables. The terrace seems to be a dead end, and Kirumi jumps down off it and onto Moon Beach without hesitation. I also immediately jump over the handrail. Wham! Intense pain runs through my body. I dip in the sand, has twisted my ankle. Next to me is Kirumi, who's sitting on her knees. She stands up, and I grab her firmly by the shoulders. Kirumi is crying. Large tear dots begin to pour out from her eyes. She keeps wiping them away with her palms, but more tears just keep on coming. This dialogue. Tell her about the time travel. Alright, listen closely, Kirumi. Kirumi continues to cry. In the corner of my field of vision, I see a dumbfounded Izumi-san standing on the terrace. You and Izumi-san are true blood related sisters. Kirumi, you time traveled. From that shrine. The scar on your back is the proof. During the incident where that shrine collapsed, you were... Oni-chan? What shrine? Right, like I was saying. What incident? That is, Oni-chan, Kirumi doesn't understand. Time travel? That's right, like I was saying, you time traveled. Why? Huh? Why are you lying like that? It's not a lie. Did you think you could deceive Kirumi? You're wrong, Kirumi, trust me. There's no way Kirumi would believe a story like that. Kirumi? Stop lying already. Papa, Mama, Oni-chan, and Oni-chan. Kirumi hates them. I hate you. I hate everyone. Okay. In that instant, the bell. That's impossible. Kirumi picked up the bell and stands up. She darts across the beach. I try to pursue her, but the instant I take a step towards the beach, pain runs through my body. It shoots up towards my brain, numbing it. I squat to stop myself from collapsing. I firmly clench my teeth to endure the pain. I can't let Kirumi go off now. I see Kurumi's retreating figure steadily begin to disappear. I start running. Every time I take a step forward, pain rushes through my whole body. But I have to run. I have to follow Kirumi. Don't want to lose her. Don't want Kurumi's smile to disappear. Even though I vowed never to hurt Kirumi again. Okay. I'm pretty sure this is the bad end. I'm like skipping forward because I think this is a bad end. Alright, this is the same as the first. Then we're flashing back to different dialogue sets, okay. My head was lowered the whole time, so I didn't notice Kirumi was there. Yep. Can't be. Back then Kirumi picked it up. Before I could find it? Yep. Exactly. You could see that coming. Now isn't the time to be thinking about that. Anyway, finding Kirumi comes first. I raise my legs again. They're already numb. Hotel. The shopping district. The pier. She's nowhere to be found. I wandered all over the island searching for Kirumi. I dragged both my feet, which I can't really feel anymore. You could... I don't know why you're doing this. You could just camp out in front of the shrine and wait for her to come. And prevent her from going in. Like... It's real simple. Okay. Yep. No, she might even be there already. I began to walk towards the shrine. In the deep darkness, the shrine stands out like something faintly white against a dark background. The raindrops pelting the roof become a thin mist that envelops the shrine. Okay, this is the same as before. Oh, it says that, okay. When she does, just what should I do? I think about it. Healing her scar, removing her emotional scars. If I can make her believe me about her blood relationship with Izumi-san. The talisman, right? But that didn't happen in this ending. Time travel, just how can I prove that? I need to wait for Kirumi while watching the white raindrops flow down from the edge of the eaves. We gotta see the talisman. The rain is still strong, it hasn't weakened one bit. A deep, thick fog rises through the shrine's grounds. In that snow-white fog, a faint, small figure appears. Countless raindrops crash against the figure's thin arms and soft hair. It seems as if that figure's body is wrapped in a band of holy light. The completely soaking wet girl totters forward, her head hung downwards. She hasn't noticed me yet. And then when she reaches the dead center of the long stone paving, I stand up. I walk towards the girl in the downpour. There's no pain in my legs. I don't feel the cold, icy air. The rain seems to disappear. All I do is stare at the girl while I slowly make my way towards her. Suddenly the girl raises her hand. When she sees me, her small mouth drops open. She stands rock still, looking at me in awe. I gradually begin to close the distance between us. The girl's figure approaches, and she stands before my eyes. I stand right in front of Kirumi. But I can't speak. I don't know what to say. No matter how I explain it, I don't think Kirumi will believe me about the time travel. Then what? What should I do? Oni-chan? Oni-chan, that's enough. Huh? Kirumi has to confirm it for herself. Confirm what? The shrine. What kind of connection does Kirumi have to the shrine? Oni-chan has nothing to do with you. That's not true at all. Kirumi doesn't answer. Kirumi silently pushes me aside and starts walking. She's heading towards the shrine. Kirumi, wait! I start to reach out for her shoulder, but I've lost all power in my arms, and so they just pull down again. Well, definitely knows it's a bad ending. In contrast to my burning emotions, my body is frozen beyond words, blah blah. Nevertheless, I try to grab the walking Kirumi back to stop her, but in that instant, Kirumi starts running. Grabbing onto nothing but thin air, I fall into the water. Kirumi! I stay my voice, but Kirumi doesn't even turn around. Even though I try stretching my arm as far as I can, there's no way I can grab that running, retreating figure. I try pushing off the ground, but I don't have the strength to get up. In the puddle, I do my best to crawl after Kurumi's shadow. Time ruthlessly passes by. Before long, Kirumi rushes into the shrine. The instant she runs in. Oni-chan, everything's the same as that day. Mountain of Rubble. Yep. This happens. And I'll try to find the good ending next recording.